So if you're someone who's coming across the Complete Money Playbook channel for the first time, and you're someone who's thinking about figuring out your financial situation and how you can better it, then this is a channel for you, and I'm here to reiterate what this channel is all about. So what I want you to understand is building wealth is not that complicated, and you absolutely can become whatever your definition of wealthy is. And I promise you that by the time you watch a bunch of our content, you're going to feel hopeful about getting somewhere in life with your finances and to have enough money to live the lifestyle you want to live and to not have to worry about money on an everyday basis. You're going to be able to provide for the people you love and start dreaming bigger. I'm going to uncomplicate the fundamentals of money and finance so that you're going to understand how money works for the short term and the long term. And you're going to feel confident, self-assured, and know you have all your finances together. You're going to get to the point where you'll have the stability to make enough money to do whatever the F you want and win at this game of money and finance. So if you've not watched the first handful of videos we did on this channel, I'd recommend you do so. And here's your reminder of what you need to have accomplished as a starting point so we can get you on your personal finance journey right away. So if you're someone who's looking to learn and improve your money and finance game, then the Complete Money Playbook channel is for you. So please subscribe, make some comments, like the videos below, and share it with a friend so we can help not just you, but people you know improve their money and finance game. First things first, money dreams. We did a video about this, and what I want you to know is, do you ever dream about what life would be like if money was not such a big concern in your life and you had plenty of it to live the life you wanted to live? So to me, any dream about money is not just about numbers in your bank account. It's about unlocking the limitless possibilities and freedom that life can bring you when you're not worried about how am I going to pay my bills and what if I don't have enough money and it was holding me back? What if you had a plan for your definition of wealthy and not someone else's? Second, what is your money reality? Figure out what your current financial situation sucks and nobody wants to do a budget, but what if it wasn't defined by how much money you earn, but how wisely you manage and grow your money? In a world where expenses are rising and they're rising dramatically, financial security feels elusive and understanding your money is really crucial. If you want to break free from the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck and being in debt and having a negative net worth, then you need to master 3 key ideas: budgeting effectively, investing smartly, and again, dreaming and planning for the future. So if you don't know where your money's coming in from or going out to, we have to help you take control of your financial destiny. And yes, the word budget is happening. It's going to happen soon. And I know it sucks. And I always compare money and finance to what I always say, food, eating, and living a healthy lifestyle. And these to me are 2 topics that, at least for me and my kids, we were never taught in school. And they were topics you had to go out and learn on your own. And I'm not sure why that is, because every person I know has to eat every day, and you must have money to be able to pay for everything in your life. I guess we're just supposed to figure it out because there is no formal education. They don't teach it to you really anywhere unless you go look for it. So this week, we're going to give you some homework and some tools so we can really nail down your current reality, and then you can start the process of getting on your path to whatever your definition of wealthy is and what your financial situation is that you want to look like. So are you ready? I hope you are, because if you do and you put in the work, you can make your financial dreams come true, and that will bleed into every other aspect of your life, whether it's your relationships, your health, your happiness, your overall confidence. So here we go, and here's where we're going to start. All right, so what bank accounts do you need? We did a video about this already, so you can go and watch it, but all you really need are 3 essential accounts. You might have multiples of these accounts, but they're cash accounts, brokerage accounts, and retirement accounts. And if you don't have them, you risk on missing out on financial growth, security, and the peace of mind that comes with being financially prepared in the future. And honestly, these are the only accounts you're ever going to need. So you might need multiple cash accounts or multiple brokerage accounts, but in the finance world, they want to make everything seem super complicated. It is not that complicated. So go and watch that video, the only accounts you're ever going to need from a few weeks ago. So now we're ready to roll, but you have a problem. You figure, I'm not making enough money. I feel like I can never get ahead because I don't believe that I can. Some unexpected expense always pops up because something always pops up, and you're feeling financially like you're falling short and not making enough money. So you have to decline things like the wedding invite that you wanted to go to, but you can't afford the plane ticket. So here's your pain point. You feel frustrated, you feel fearful, you feel like you're behind financially and you're unsettled because you're just not sure how you're ever going to make all this happen. So you feel like you're never going to get ahead. You feel despair, insecure, and you're not sure that you're stacking up with all your friends who everyone seems like on social media that they're getting somewhere. And so maybe you're regretting your school choices, your job choices, you're dissatisfied in the, whatever your current situation is, but you're also feeling tons of pressure by feeling like, oh my God, I did all this work and I'm not getting anywhere. And so you want to start to be more exceptional. You want to put in the time and energy and effort to make this happen for you, so you can get your financial house in order. And I've been there, and I realized that when nobody was coming to save me, and when you realize that your financial journey is not this straight line from broke on the left to rich on the right, reality smacks you in the face. And for example, like I can remember in my 20s when I got laid off from my first job, and I'm like, I just started working here. I just started making some decent money. And here I go. I lost my first job. That you just have to know you got to stick with this. It's a long game and a long journey. And when everyone talks about trying to get wealthy in retirement, you're talking about when you're 25 and you're trying to figure out where my financial situation is going to be in my 60s, it feels like forever down the road, a long game. So it feels like it's really hard to win. And there is a reason why when you hear the term 1%, those 1%ers, in our country in 2024, you literally have to make $787,000+ to be in that 1%. And when you start to realize how much things cost, it's hard to figure out how am I going to get there one day if I think I'm going to be in that 1%. And it's not just physically hard, it's mentally hard. And especially if you start combining with another human being, and now there's two different money philosophies and two different incomes and who's a spender and who's a saver, you realize this is not an easy game. And that's what this channel is all about, is helping you figure out your fundamentals about money so that you can automate this process and make this a winning game for you. So how do you start this process? Where do you begin? That's what we're going to talk about, what we're going to show you. And the payoffs will be, you're going to feel more confident in what you're doing because you're going to know my plan is working. You're going to be winning over the long haul. And as you gain more confidence, especially with the person you're sharing your money and finances with, your relationship will be better. Your interactions with maybe your parents and your family and friends will be better. And you're going to be able to upscale and updo your life and hopefully bring others along with you, because you're going to have way more options and opportunities to be able to access a richer life experience and be able to go do things maybe you couldn't afford to do before. So for example, you might be able to hop on a last minute flight to go to a playoff game and not worry how much the ticket costs. You're going to be able to level up your relationships with other growth-minded people, and maybe your circle of friends changes on people that are trying to better themselves as well. So if you're ready to make all this happen for yourself, here's what you need to do to begin. And next week, we're going to start actually doing some work for what must happen so you can get started on your path to financial freedom. So let's do this. So if you're someone who wants to improve your money and finance game, click on the link in the description below and you can check out the Complete Money Playbook website, where you can start reaching out to us to start your journey on helping you fix your finances and money game. So number one, all your dreams, all your goals, and where you want up financially, 30 days, 90 days, and 1 year from now. You need to get out some paper and you need to write it down. And think about it. Every time 30, 90 days goes by, we want to write new goals and new dreams and new plans. And I want you to think about 5 years out, what income you'll be making, what home you might be living in, and keep going. Be brave, be daring, write it all down and make these realities, goals. So it's funny how I did this. There was a real estate coaching company I worked with for years, and we would go to these events. We had to continually write these things down. And for some people, it's really hard for them to think out more than, 6 months. For me, I'm one of those people that can think out 30 years from now, what I want my life to look like. But if you don't write it down, or maybe you have really big, audacious goals and you don't get all the way there. Like if you said, one of my goals used to be, I want to make $50,000 a month, passive income, not from an actual job I traded time for money in. And have I gotten there yet? No. And if I never get there, it'll be okay. But what if I got to $25,000 or $35,000 a month? That would be freaking amazing. So think about those, sit down, and if you're doing your finances and money by yourself or with another human being, then do them together. And that way you guys will be on the same page when things get hard and things fall off the wagon, because they always do, to keep on the path for building that thing up for the long term. So number two, when we did a video about this as well, is your reality. So how much are you making and actually taking home and depositing in your accounts? Again, if there are two of you and you share money and finances, you need to sit down, and if you have a his account and a hers account and an our account or whatever it might be, that's fine. And you also need a full-blown budget. Where is my money going? You call it a financial plan, a spending plan, a balance sheet, call it whatever you want, but you can only do 4 things with money: earn it, save it, spend it, and invest it. And it only does what you tell it to do. So you can do this on the Complete Money Playbook website, where we have an example Excel spreadsheet. So if you go to the website, it'll pull up an Excel spreadsheet. It tells you how to fill it out. Just be careful that you don't put numbers in areas where there's formulas. So you can do it there. If you're someone who would rather do it old school, like I used to do it on a pad of paper, you can do a full-blown budget there. If you're someone who wants to use an online app and do it there, I don't care where you do it, but you've got to know. And if you want to fix your financial situation, especially if you're in big consumer debt and you have a negative net worth, you got to know where every dime is going and every dime that's coming in, and put a plan in place so that we can make that work. And if you go watch those earlier videos, we have you on there. And the last thing that we want is, as part of the budget on a separate page, we're going to need a list of all your debts, the remaining balance on all your debts, the interest rates you're paying on all your debts, and the minimum monthly payment. So if you made that payment, how long would it take you to get all this stuff paid off? And then we can start making extra payments towards the principal. So that is the number one goal. We're going to start attacking that right away, because we've got to get out of debt and stop paying other people interest and find a way for you to start earning interest, so that compounding and other benefits over the long haul will work in your favor. If you're someone who wants to start your journey on improving your money and finance game, check out this video and we'll see you soon.